So today is day 7 of me talking to camera to improve camera confidence. I'm feeling good today because I actually made it. I think these talking sessions just become easier and easier for me to just put on the camera without feeling anxious or nervous too much, of just me expressing my thoughts, talking about how I'm doing and what's been going on. So right now I'm busy reading Stephen King's book, The Eyes of the Dragon. I'm on page 45 right now. Yeah, 44 going to page 45. It's a pretty interesting read. It's like a fantasy type of read, and it has to do with like monarchy. So I'm busy following the kingdom of, what is it called? Anyways, there is a kingdom I'm following. There's a king, a queen, and just the complexities. Almost like a what is it? Kings of the Dragon. What is it called, man? I am going to forget this name. It's gonna bother me. But anyways, yes, following the monarchy, there's a king, a queen, and the queen is not really straight from the royal bloodline, but she is of nobility, and she's trying to teach her son, the prince who's gonna be the next king, like her first son, is a 5-year-old, to not be like her predecessors, because in this kingdom there have been kings for thousands of years now, and the lineage just keeps going on like that. So she makes her son write the word. She writes on a paper God, and then she makes the son write the word in reverse. And then the son is so excited because he looks up to the mom. The mom is trying to train the son not to become like the king, because back in those days the kings did whatever they wanted and they got away with it because they were kings and nobody could tell them anything. They could be at a table eating and the king would just vomit in his plate and ask a servant or someone like a jester to come and eat off the plate, and they would do it. So then the servants were busy asking the queen, why is she even bothering to teach the prince manners, like just knowing how to use napkin, cutlery, just being kind to everybody and just treating everybody like a human being, you know what I mean, not like something they can trample on. So she was just treating her son like, look, if you're a king, you become bigger than life, not because you are now taller. So the son is like, no, but my dad is like pudgy, short, it's kind of like on the big side, that kind of thing, like our ministers and all our leaders. But that's besides the point. Then she's like, it's more than that. When you become a king, or when you're a person of power, you are bigger because of your stature and your position, and so anything that you do can affect anybody. You just walking around and going to sit somewhere can affect someone in a negative or a positive way. So sometimes, even if you're trying to be a good king, sometimes you make bad decisions, not foreseeing that because you are so massive and big, you can trample on someone without actually seeing them. Like how I would just get up from here and just walk and not notice that I stamped on an ant, not because I'm cruel or anything, but to that ant I am, because I did not consider my steps and I did not consider its life. So then she was just trying to teach the son, like, hey, if you're gonna move in life, try and move more like God and less like a dog. A dog is good. A dog is innocent most of the times, and it does not know. It's very loyal, it's very friendly, it's just very everywhere, but it can also lick the hand of a very evil person and a very good person without knowing the difference, and it's loyal to the core. Sometimes it can even bite you or harm you when it's being playful without knowing that's what's happening, and sometimes it can do it intentionally and unintentionally. So choosing and seeing that you are being a dog and knowing that you should be the other way is the right way to go. So she was just using this example, like is teaching her son how to use a napkin, and she was just using that as a lesson. And I was just thinking about that in life, like on a personal level, like as a human being, have I been kind to other people without looking at them? If I being more godly or being more doggy, if that makes sense, in a sense that when we look at people nowadays, it's no longer about looking at a person for being a good person. When I describe my brother or my sister, do I say they're a good person, or I lead with what they have? I'm like, oh my God, my brother is a graduate, is this, is that? Or when I talk about myself, I lead with the qualities of a person, or do I lead with the materialistic things and the things surrounding them to describe people? And I just feel like we're in a place where people, I'm just thinking, do people with power get away with so much things because we don't check them, and because the more and more the world is getting worse and worse, and we're getting to a point where morality really doesn't matter. Like, as long as someone has money and someone has a lot of materialistic things, we let a lot of things slide because of that. And if someone has less, then it's like tough luck, nobody cares, nobody gives a damn, and you are going to be treated like the ants. And we've just lost that humanity. And sometimes that, not looking at people's qualities when we describe them and when we're just looking at life in general, makes you just hollow. Like, I don't know, like, I don't want to look at the mirror and just look at myself and not even see human anymore. Because if you're now an animal, you're gonna treat other people worse. Like, just a normal thing like going to the shops, you don't have to, you feel like, because I'm at the shop, I don't have to be kind, I don't have to be nice, because I don't get anything from this person. I'm not speaking from personal level, but I'm just saying how we treat each other. Instead of you just being kind because it's free, you don't know who this person is, and not because you want something from them, that you're just nice or that you're just kind. Nice is such a, I don't subscribe to nice, because anyone can be nice without actually having to feel it and having to be kind. Or, you're just nice because it's the right thing to do. Like that smile, you just give people that fake one. Like, it's like, bro, you don't have to be, but kindness is free. So I'm just trying to say, like, it really got me thinking about how the world is, and how my role in it can change, and how I look at things and how I look at people, and how morphed and how things are changing, because the world is so run by finances that we just look at people through that lens, and not just as normal people. We are being more like dogs and not being like God, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's what I just got from this book. But yeah, she was really just trying to teach something that is so relevant even to this day. It's even worse now, because we are letting a lot of people get away with things, where if we were more moral based and not materialistically based, a lot of things would not fly, a lot of people would not suffer, a lot of us would not watch suffering, just saying, it's okay, if this person is doing this, I'm not gonna say anything, because secretly I want to be that person, I want to have this, to be this person with success, even though I know that their success was gotten through ill ways, or through criminality, or they killed someone, or they did something horrible to get it. But you just keep quiet because you're hoping it's gonna be your turn, and you're tired of suffering, so you just look aside when others are suffering, or even when you are suffering, thinking, maybe one day it will be my turn and I'll live good, so I'll just let the horrible things that are happening to others or myself happen, because if I don't, then maybe I won't be successful, because it seems that's the only way to be happy or to be successful, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents for the day, just sharing the thoughts that happen in my mind when I'm reading things or I see anything on social media. But yeah, that's just me in a nutshell. I've just been reading for a little bit. I'm now just gonna go back inside. I was chilling in front of the chickens. Let me get up and go back inside. The sun is about to go down. I like to chill by the sun just before it goes down, because there's a time that it's like really hot, and then it just starts to, that's when I'm like, I am leaving. Signing out. Oh my god.